What's up, YouTube? Slender Revolution X here. Coming to you guys with another NEOS deck profile today. And I know you guys have seen the list. I know the ban list and everything. It's a real struggle for this deck to try to compete this format due to the fact that Shredders, Heavy Storm, things like that are gone. It kind of puts a dampering on the OTK aspect of the deck. But I'm trying to work a way to get this deck competitive, especially this format. Since, you know, it's the only format we got, I got to deal with the cards I'm given. So, coming to give you a deck profile of what I've been working on. I'm dubbing this one deck profile version 3.5 because I don't think this is the fully completed version. I can't call this version 4 until it's fully completed. I'm just trying to work with some cards. And finally, it's September 1st, so I can work with, on Dueling Network, the September 1st format and try to show you guys how I plan on working things and how things are going to work for this deck. Another thing that I'm going to be able to throw into this video is a completed side deck for this format. I don't think I've had that in any other format or any other before that have been completely complete. So there's that. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to dive into the video and I will talk to you guys after I'm done. See you then. Alright guys, so here's the deck. As you guys know, like I said, it's going to be a tough format, but this is what I'm working with, version 3.5. Let's get into it. Alright, starting off with the monsters. 3 Prisma. Elemental Hero Prisma is essentially one of the main engines of the deck. For you guys who are subscribed to me and have seen these, you know that I've pretty much stuck with 3 Prisma all the way through. So there's those. Double NEOS Alias. NEOS Alias is a pretty good beater. He also is good for Miracle Fusion plays, and on the off chance that you get him to be a NEOS, he's pretty good with that as well. The main hero of the deck, Elemental Hero NEOS, kind of terrible by himself, but allows for all the big fusion plays, as you guys know. Going into the Neospatians, double Neospatian Hummingbird, allows for NEOS OTK, not a bad effect by himself, one of the better Neospatians if you ask me. One ofs, Grand Mole, Dark Panther, and Aqua Dolphin. All of these guys serve their own purpose. I like Dark Panther for being able to steal effects, but I like Dark NEOS to be able to negate effects more. Makes it easier to get over Drake attacks, things like that. Aqua Dolphin, good for getting Max C's, Battle Faders, Gores, things like that out of your opponent's hands. It's really tough to get Gores with this, but if you do, that's a pretty good hit. Tragodias as well. He stops hand traps and allows you to go into Storm NEOS, which is a Heavy Storm, which is nice to have this format. One Neospace Pathfinder. Still running the Neospace variant. Like I said, I don't like to lose cards to their own effects for nothing. So I still run the one of him and the 2 Neospace. And one big addition that I did put into this deck, one Elemental Hero Bubbleman. With the loss of Stratos, I needed to find a way to make good Exceeds plays into Excalibur, into Maestroke, into Blade Armor Ninja. He allows for that. And with the addition of another E-Emergency Call, it allows searching him and bringing him out on his special summon ability go a lot smoother. So he's a big addition to the deck. And like I said, guys, now that it is September 1st, I will be able to get some dual videos of this up. I'm pretty excited for that. Okay. Now let's go into spell cards. Standard 3 Miracle Contact. It's the only reason that this deck functions the way it does. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you know that this is what it is and knows what it is. For those who don't, it does allow you to essentially Miracle Fusion into the NEOS versions of the NEOS fusions, I should say. Another addition is in this deck is I now run 3 Miracle Fusions. It originally was at 2. Miracle Fusion is a power card, and with the addition of Bubbleman, it makes this card more alive, and I think with the loss of Stratos, I need to be able to get more power cards, and that's another power card that can easily fit into this deck. Double MST. It is a back row format, and having MST to allow these OTKs to go off is huge. It's pretty self-explanatory. Double Super Polymerization. Super Polymerization is a great card for the fact that it cannot be chained to, and it allows you to take your opponent's monsters. It can be a defensive or an offensive card, so I really do like having 2 of those in there. 2 Hero Lives. One of the big OTK pushes in this game revolves around this. I haven't tried with 3 yet. I think it's very, very cloggy, because if you have more than one in your hand, it kind of becomes useless, especially if you're trying to OTK that turn. So I'm sticking with 2. I may bump it up to 3 just to try some things, but for right now, I think this is a pretty healthy number. 2 convert contacts, your draw power, your D-draw plus Foolish Burial. This card's really, really great if you can open up with it. Bumped up to 2, E-Emergency Call. You need that extra search without Stratus around, so I compensated with that by adding a second one. 2 Pile Dualities. You have terrible hands sometimes in this deck, so Duality being able to sift through your deck is huge. Double Forbidden Lance. Some people question why I run this card, especially this format. It's a huge back row heavy format, and I don't want to make a NEOS push if I don't think that I'll be able to get through, and Forbidden Lance allows me to do that. The double NEOS space, it saves your NEOS monsters, which is big, so I like keeping that in the deck. And the last 2 magics, Rhoda. It's another search card. Allows you, it's very utility, I should say. You can search any hero monster. You can search your NeoSpace Pathfinder. You can search Aqua Dolphin if you have that Convert Contact in hand. So this is a really good card to have in this deck. And last but not least, Dark Hole. Field clearing card. I do love it. And I think it's pretty much a staple. Now on to my traps. 2 breakthrough skills. This over Fiendish Chain all day in this deck. I can't stand losing to cards like Zen Mains or losing to cards like Ophion. And this allows me to stop them on my turn, which is big. And last but not least, 1 Solemn Warning. It's at 1 for a reason, and I think it's a great card, and it stops Gores, which is big. So that's the main deck, guys. And something I haven't been able to give you guys in any of these videos, I don't think, is a side deck. So I'm going to show that off before the extra, because the extra really hasn't changed too much. Double Kaiku, it is the ultimate hate card right now with cards dealing with the graveyard, things like Prophecies and Dragon Rulers. So I do like to run 2 of them. Double Electric Virus. Dragons and Machines kind of run rampant, whether it be Exceeds or regular monsters. So it's nice to be able to have this. If you take your opponent's Draco Sack, that can cause some pretty saltness. 1 Gores. I don't run a lot of back row. And if I feel like I'm getting pushed on too much, I will side into Gores, because he is one of the better hand traps. 1 Puppet Plant, take Spellcasters, and I think Warriors, right? Yeah. Yeah, Spellcasters and Warriors, so definitely a good card as well. Good in the Prophecy matchup. 1 Gemini Imps. I think Dark World is this deck's worst matchup, so I do my best to try to combat that more than anything almost. Onto the spells, 1 MST. Back row heavy format, I think it's great to side a 3rd MST. And now on to traps. So that is my only spell, yeah. Don't judge. 2 Mind Drain for the Dragon matchup. It's a really tough matchup for this deck just because dragons are so fast. And even this format, they're pretty quick too, so Mind Drain helps me out. Plus, I don't run hand traps, so that's pretty big. Double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Dark Worlds are my biggest matchup. I lose most of the Dark World game 1, so siding these in game 2 definitely help. World Decree is probably my biggest side decked card. I run 3 traps, and it's not hard to sub them out for World Decree, and it allows me to OTK people, so I do love that. And last but not least, 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Vanity's Emptiness is a great card by itself. It stops your opponent's big plays, and if you need to, you can get it off the field for yourself very easily. So that's the side deck, I should say. Side deck for you guys. I hope you enjoy that. Please give me any comments on it because I'm always trying to improve that. And last but not least, let's go into the extra deck. We'll start off with the Omni Heroes. 1 Shining, 1 Tornado, 1 Gaia, 1 Ab-Zero, 1 Nova Master, and 1 Escurado. You're pretty much your standard. I try to cover all my bases with them just for the Super Poly plays and Miracle Fusion plays. Now onto the NEOS Fusions. Double Air NEOS, generally your win condition in this deck. He's definitely the best of the NEOS Fusions, so gotta run 2 of him. 1 Aqua NEOS, just for the fact that I do have Aqua Dolphin in here. It's more of a if card. If it's all I have, if it's the only thing I can make, I make it. 1 Grand NEOS. Grand NEOS is another OTK card in this deck. He bounces a monster from your opponent's side of the field to their hand. He is great. 1 Dark NEOS negates the effect of a monster while face up on the field. Really good for getting over problem monsters. And last but not least, in the fusions, 1 Storm NEOS. He's a heavy storm on the field, and when he's sent back to the deck by the extra deck by his own effect, return all cards on the field to the deck. So this can be really hurtful to your opponent. So I really like having him in the deck. And Exceeds, last but not least, Maestroke. Maestroke is one of the best generic rank 4 Exceeds in my opinion. I really like having him in the deck, not just for stall purposes, but getting over monsters because he can flip them face down. Secondly, Excalibur. Excalibur is one of the main OTK push cards in this deck. Just the fact that he puts 2 in your graveyard and bumps his attack 4,000, it allows for Miracle Fusion plays, things like that. He's really good. And last but most certainly not least, Blade Armor Ninja. Blade Armor Ninja gets over monsters. Like, if your opponent has 2 monsters to set up that you need to get over and you can't OTK or do damage if you don't, I usually go Blade Armor Ninja rather than Excalibur, because if I can't push for damage, there's no real use in going into Excalibur. So I really do like Blade Armor Ninja. And, well, guys, that is the deck list. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Please give me some comments in the comment section below on what you guys think and how this deck is coming along. I know I have a lot of fans of this deck. I know I have some, I know I've had at least one request to do an OCG version of this deck. I'm definitely getting on that. Like I said, it's just getting back from vacation, just throwing some of these videos out there. I wanted to hit this first. I wanted to get my deck out there to you guys, my most recent update. So there is that. But I will be working on that. I will be working on dual videos and some more NEOS knowledge stuff. So there is that. But other than that, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. I will be sure to get back to you guys. And as always, guys, subscribe to join the revolution today. This is Slender Revolution X signing out. See you guys next time.